Yes, certainly. First of all, thanks very much for inviting me to have a chat a little bit about what we're doing. You know, gene therapy and CAR T cell therapy is part of this group of therapies called advanced therapies. These are new therapies that in many cases can be single-time cures for many types of diseases. Your white cells, your immune cells, they have lost the ability, if you're a cancer patient, they've lost the ability to kill a cancer cell. And so what we're simply doing in this particular case is taking cells from patients, the white immune cells, genetically modifying them and putting them back in so that they now can see and kill cancer cells like they originally were meant to do. So we're only trying to reprogram them so that they regain their function. So it's a very exciting field. I think it's the future of medicine. And I think we're at the very letter A of being able to make these therapies and engineer them to benefit many different types of disease. Presently, there are cures for diseases like leukemia, lymphoma, multiple myeloma, but also genetic diseases like sickle cell disease, beta thalassemia, and also some other genetic diseases as well. We started working on the technology, improving it, making it better. Until around the turn of the century, around the 2000s, we had a breakthrough in terms of being able to very efficiently deliver these genes into cells, which is the basis of a lot of these gene therapy and CAR T cell therapy. Then later in the 2012, we started to have our first successes in the CAR T cell therapy, where we were taking cells from cancer patients, putting in a CAR gene, that's why they're called CAR T cells, putting them back into the patients, and then they were having a therapeutic effect against cancer. And to the point where we now have approved products. I started a nonprofit in order to be able to make these therapies more affordable and accessible, because what we're seeing today is these therapies are curative or transformative for many patients, but their cost is very, very high. $350,000, $475,000. For some of the genetic diseases, $2.8 and $3.1 million. That's really not affordable or accessible anywhere in the world, particularly also for those who are underserved or marginalized populations or populations in low middle income countries. They can't afford these kind of therapies. And so that's the idea of Caring Cross, is to be able to make these therapies more affordable and accessible. Team and I, Caring Cross, we've been doing this for 20 to 30 years. We know the technology very, very well, and we know how to teach the technology. So we go around the world and teach hospitals how to make CAR T cells, right, locally, so they can make it at a fraction of the price, 1/10 of the price of the current therapy. So instead of it costing in the range of $350,000 or $400,000 for CAR T, they cost $30,000, $40,000, which makes it more affordable, and it expands the number of patients that can get access to these therapies. And that's our goal. We believe that all patients, no matter what socioeconomic class they're in, should have these therapies. Health is a human right. It's not just for the rich. It shouldn't be just the privilege to get these therapies, that they're more expensive. So our major mission as a nonprofit, so our goal in Brazil, and we're going to start clinical trials this year, is to technology transfer everything to them so they can make the final product at about $35,000, not $350,000. And so the government will then pay for that product and give it to the people, the public health system, with little or no cost to the patient. So that's the way we're going to do. And we've got similar agreements in India, and around the world, we are making these kind of partnerships as well. The first step is initiating a collaboration here with the local hospitals, with KBC and the Sestre Milosrdce. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I apologize. Okay. But to collaborate with these hospitals and give them the CAR T vector, give them some other materials, teach them how to make the CAR T cells so they can make it locally, very inexpensively. Our material cost, the material cost for the hospital, would only be $20,000. So you add labor, maybe another $5,000. You add facility costs, maybe another $5,000 per dose, right? You're in that $40,000 range of cost. Then you can do what they do in Spain already. They make it within hospitals and charge the government about 80 or 90,000 euros, which makes everybody, it's sustainable, a sustainable process. It's not just about cost. It's about timing. Many of the pharmaceutical companies, when they make the product, it can take, on average, 5 weeks for them to send out the cells or get the approvals and for them to get the product back. Patients with advanced cancer can't wait that long. That's a long time. Our process, if they make it locally in the hospital, within 7 days, you can get the product, which is a big difference if you're a patient with advanced cancer. You have to develop these capabilities locally because that future innovation doesn't have to come from the US. It can come from here, right? So that's why I think for multiple reasons, we are looking forward to collaborating with Zora, with the 2 hospitals, in order to bring this technology here and to sort of enable Croatia to be able to make its own CAR T cells and increasing the affordability and access of these therapies for patients in the Republic of Croatia.